Okay, so my point here was to take you from a macro to a micro understanding. We talked a little bit about this as it's connected to a planetary structure. Okay, the physical energy that governs a spherical planetary structure, and that's known as circumscribed tetrahedral geometry. Now you should look that up. Okay, circumscribed tetrahedral geometry. Now we'll talk about more of the ways that you can see that this geometry is in every spherical planet in the known solar system. And of course we'll find out that equation goes out beyond our solar system into the other planets itself. And it's provable. It's provable by the understanding of this 19.5. It's a very specific number to this geometry that is traceable to these other spheres, these other planets. We'll talk about that later. But what you should be aware of now is that I've brought you down into the micro to where you've seen that the symbol's in play, that it's not just a symbol, that it's actually an energy equation. Now I want you to see that that energy equation goes all the way down to the atom. Exactly right. It goes all the way down to the singular cell. It's found in everything. It becomes the perfect structure for nature. And of course we know that a beehive is arranged in a hexagonal arrangement, of course, which is this shape right here. Now, are bees evil? Absolutely not. Of course not. But are they used by those of an evil intent to portray a hive mind? Yes, absolutely so. But bees themselves, not evil at all. That's how the world becomes pollinated. That's how we're able to cross-pollinate crops. That's how we're able to create a viable food source. All right? So the point to make is that the symbol itself is not evil. It's just that the evil ones themselves know they have to manipulate that symbol to gain entrance into this world. So the objective now is to show you a little bit more about how this is going to connect up with the Star of David. This is going to be one portion of the triangle of the Star of David. It's going to be electrical, biological, and chemical. That's going to represent a singular cell. A singular cell can be broken up into this trinity and no other. Electrical, biological, and chemical. That's what a singular cell, its trinity is. Now, this singular cell trinity will further break down into the atomic structure of an atom. And you're going to find out that it's identical. Electrons, neutrons, and protons. Do you notice something? The electrons are the electrical. The neutrons are the chemical. The protons are the biological, protein. Electrical, electron, chemical. Now you want to think chemical reaction. And when you think about chemical reaction, what will neutralize a chemical reaction? And there you have neutrons. Okay? So that should have been pretty big info for you. It's a way to see things that probably until now, none of you have made that connection. So we go from a singular cell that has a trinity creation of the combination simultaneously of electrical, biological, and chemical, which makes the singular cell. It's made up of the exact same reflection identity of properties, but just on a smaller form known as electrons, neutrons, and protons. They are reflective of the exact same dynamics of each other. Exactly right. And then we're going to find out that that begins to constitute an atom. All right, so if you can understand that, you will understand what the makers of the crop circle are trying to portray here. That they're telling you that they have cracked the code of life and that they plan on putting their being into the material construct, into this atomic form, this 666 of the material structure of electrons, protons, neutrons, or of course electrical, biological, and chemical. That's where you see in Revelation that it says 666 is the mark of the beast, and it's also the number of a man. It's the number of the atomic structure of man, just as we see the tetrahedron symbol is related as such. I'll be back.